Think of social media?
Yeah.
Like in general?
Mm-hmm.
I think like anything in life, it has its positives and its negatives. If we're going to talk about our youth and like different levels of youth, you know, we're talking about kids, toddlers to teenagers, I think it can be very detrimental for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of research out there pointing to the fact that teenagers who are what teenager isn't on social media, but basically that it affects your self-esteem and also raises your anxiety levels. So, and there's a whole myriad of reasons as to why that happens. I don't know how detailed you want me to get for this, but the bottom line is social media is affecting students with regard to their self-esteem and anxiety.
How much time do you spend on social media per day?
About 2 hours, I think.
Would you say social media improves your mood?
Yes.
Yes. What parts of social media excite you?
When there's like funny videos to watch, like on pages.
Have you ever been harassed on social media?
Nope.
Have you ever harassed somebody on social media?
Hell no. Just kidding.
Do you use different sources of social media to talk to different people?
No.
Do you use different forms of social media to express yourself differently?
No.
Have you ever used social media to portray a happy image of yourself?
Sometimes.
Okay. How much time do you spend on social media per day?
Per day, on average, like around like 17 hours a day,
17 hours.
including class times. So I got no life.
Would you say social media improves your mood?
Yes.
What parts of social media interest you?
The social part,
Could you elaborate on that, please?
interacting with other people part.
Okay. Have you ever been harassed on social media?
No.
Do you use different forms of social media to talk to different people?
Yes, sir.
Do you use different forms of social media to portray a different image of yourself?
No, sir.
Have you ever used social media to portray a happier image of yourself?
No, sir.
It really messes with what typically is a natural sort of social interactions and direct communication. You can hide behind the cyber wall, and things that we typically do as developing teenagers and human beings, we can now do at an even more intense level because you're hiding behind the cyber wall, right? But again, the main thing for me as a psychologist is that it can really limit your ability to learn how to communicate and socialize with others. And then there's also this sort of, people say, oh, this kid's addicted, or they're addicted to their phones. And there is an element of that because you're constantly, you post a picture and you're constantly getting the likes and the hearts. Our brain, you're starting to wire your brain to constantly receive this reinforcement, right? And that's not very natural, right? Every day when you walk, if we didn't have social media or phones or technology basically attached to us, and it's an extension of ourselves now, you walk down a hallway, people aren't saying, I mean, I guess it would be nice, but people aren't constantly giving you the high fives or telling you that, they like your shirt or how your hair looks today. Like, you're not getting that naturally, and that's never really been the way. So we're getting really used to constantly the need for this constant sort of reinforcement, right? It also messes with our ability to delay the need for gratification. Again, there's just this whole package of things that social media does, which is pretty detrimental to us to humanity, in my opinion. So,
How much time do you spend on social media?
A lot.
Could you give us an approximate amount of hours?
Well, okay. Like about 2 to 3? That's a lot.
Would you say social media improves your mood?
Not really. If anything, it just makes it worse.
What parts of social media excite you?
I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing really exciting to see on there.
Okay. Have you ever been harassed on social media?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
I have.
Okay. Have you ever harassed somebody on social media?
No,
Okay.
never do that.
I think your third question was, have I experienced issues with social media as a school psychologist? Absolutely. I don't even know. I mean, I can just go down a list of all kinds of issues that we've had that have been generated due to something that someone posted. I'm probably saying this wrong because I'm not cool, but there's that, what's that network called? Ogo or Ugo? Is it Ogo?
Ugo.
And you know, it was this anonymous sort of posted picture of someone, and then anyone could just anonymously say whatever they want. And we had a thing here a year ago where a lot of kids were depressed and thinking about suicide because of like this intense level of just like meanness, you know what I'm saying? So